One of your wives was in the news lately.
Yes. My, it's funny because my stand-up special came out today, and when we were shooting it, first year, I said, guys, I'm going to cover a lot of my life. I talk about my life on stage, and I want to get it up to the point where here I am, 59. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, and Ashley and I have been together 10 years. My life, I'm so happy, but I want to talk about the early days too, when I worked on the Roseanne show, and my ex-wife, and I want to talk about Arnold Schwarzenegger. I want to do a chronology of my whole life and getting here, and I said, there's a Roseanne reboot coming. I said, I think it's going to be in the news on June 5th when I have my special comes out. They're like, no, I don't think so. I go, no, I think it's going to be big news. And I can make fun of the fact that I have a little rinky-dink comedy special on this stupid network, and she has a huge hit TV show. I'll make fun of myself. And they're like, you'd think that was the plan, and it's going swimmingly so far. Yeah.
What'd you think when this whole thing went down? Roseanne
I thought, I talked to Kimmel the whole way from day one. I'm like, oh boy, this is going to go.
Well, is he friendly with her? Is he tight with her? Or
well, I mean, he cares about her, but he's on ABC.
Right.
He do. I mean, you see things and you're privy to things that, I don't want to say trade wreck, but when you follow her social media, you could see Jamel Hill would not get away with what she was doing, right?
That is correct.
No, for real. And I was tweeting, I was openly tweeting ABC, what is the Disney social media policy about Nazis? And like, this is a one-time thing. Calling Valerie Jarrett a monkey. This is going on and on and on. Mm-hmm. Okay, so and I was trying to be as helpful as possible. I have my stepkids and communicating, and they're concerned. There's a lot of people in this country whose parents have gone off the deep end. It's not just, there's mental illness involved, of course, and people, my thinking was with Roseanne was, oh my gosh, she has the opportunity to stop and go, oh my gosh, what have I gotten into, and be an example for all these people. My own family's in the same place. To go, oh my gosh, what are we doing? Let's take a step back. What is true? What is not true? Because we have a president that's just perpetuating it, going, I'm the real victim. Even Roseanne, I have to say this, her good buddy Donald Trump, who we both known for 30 years. I've been to the Playboy Mansion with Donald Trump, and I wasn't the creepy guy. He used to come on my sports show all the time, and stuff. But when this went down, and she, he called her when the ratings were #1. But when this went down, instead of having her back, he went, oh, what about me, though? Why isn't ABC apologizing to me? He made it about him. So he Billy Bushed her. See? So he dumped her. So I just felt like at some point she could have gone, whoa, I got into this thing. It was fun at first. It was kind of a bit like a spy novel. And now everybody's gone too far. What is really true? Let's take a step back, everybody. She could have been the best example for all these people that believe all this nonsense.
Well, I know that Kimmel tweeted out about mental health.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I asked if he was, like,
he did,
with her
and I retweeted that. And I think it's, I talked to her daughter last night, Jenny Penland, and I said, Jenny Penland, when she was 14, she outsmarted me and her mom and her dad. I mean, she was just, and at 42, she still, because I would have told you yesterday, oh, I had the plan. The whole time I was like, get her phone. In fact, I sent him a picture of a phone that you tweeted to, but it goes to a different server. I had my Vice guys come up with this phone, and it goes to a different server before it goes up.
So like a Twitter intervention.
Yeah. Well, I had a million things because I'm a grab her phone thing. With my nephew, who got kicked out of the Army for a suicide attempt, and then I saw all his guns on social media. I was headed to Arizona to take his guns, and his dad warned him. I was like, I'm just going to take his freaking guns, and they're like, oh my God, it's the Second Amendment, and he ended up, I've written about it, killing himself. I'm like, take his guns, they're like, First Amendment, can't take your phone. I'm like, take your phone, but that simplifies things. And it's more complicated than that. And I heard from Jenny Penland last night again, and she is right. You can't just take these. But my thing was like, turn off the Wi-Fi, shut off the lights, just get that phone. Who is watching? Who's in charge over there? But there are other things, and there's millions of people whose parents are like, what is going on with I got to do something. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's not as simple as take the phone, but somebody needs to be talking about it. And there is mental illness. I have mental illness. I was with Roseanne when she went to the multiple personality thing. We did it as a family. We spent a lot of time at Johns Hopkins. But this is a different kind of mental illness, and it's anxiety based. And if you stay on the social media and you stay, that's like a crack for people with mental illness. So to keep reading that conspiracy stuff and you believe it, you got to get off of there for a period of time. And then you got to get your wits and work with a professional, because there's a lot of suicides in this country, Rich. And because people just get hopeless and it gets too much and it gets so dangerous. And maybe this is a great moment for everybody to go, well, let's just take a pause. And if we had leaders that would go, wait a minute, everybody, let's take a beat, instead of leaders that go, what about me? It's rigged system. It's crazy. It's dangerous. People of color are dangerous. People of color are after me. They're kneeling. Get those son of bitches off the field. That's what we have right now. And that's unacceptable.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.